Hey, good morning, YouTubers, and welcome back to another video from the Virginia Bushcrafter. Hey, again, the channel where we continue to learn and practice all of those fabulous, great skills of bushcrafting, prepping, and survival for the wilderness. So welcome everyone, and if this is your first time, welcome as well. So today, guys, I am out in the bush to have more fun. And what I'm going to be focusing on is harvesting and processing wood for a future stay. So come along with me. Girth hitch, moorline spike hitch. Grab a handle. Rucksack nice and secure. All right, let's get the ridge line set up and let's have fun with the bow line. We just make a loop. There's a nice loop. See the loop? Okay. And what's the saying? The rabbit comes out of the hole. It goes around the tree. I don't think you saw that, so let's see if I can do that so that you can see. Okay, so we have that hole. We have the rabbit comes out of the tree, comes out of the hole, around the tree, and back into the same hole. And we have our bow line. Now, guys, I'm using this bow line right now because this is going to allow me to adjust my ridge line to the correct height that I need. Okay, so you see that? Let's go to the other end and do a trucker's hitch. Bow line right there. Okay, and trucker's hitch. Just make a loop going away from you. You see that loop? Take the working end, the end of the paracord, run it through the loop once, and again twice, and pull away from you. And as you pull away from you, you can see the line tightening up. And there you have the trucker's hitch. Let's see, right there. Hey guys, since I think we might get some rain, I am not sure. I know we got a lot of rain last night. I think we're going to get some more rain today, so I'm going to pitch my tarp in a C-Fly, which would be very, very easy to disassemble if necessary and reconfigure it. But this is a 10 by 10 tarp. So I'm going to go with the second grommet and this prusik knot and on the other end. Once I get that in, I'll be back. Okay, as you can see, prusik knot and Mother Nature. Prusik knot and Mother Nature. So I'm going to pitch the rear. We want to try and eliminate anything that will poke a hole in the tarp. So we're just going to remove some of the debris from underneath. Mighty fine, mighty fine. And as the C-Fly Tarp Shelter progresses, this is just, so far this is it, but I'll show you what I've done so far. I've also pulled out the rear. It is really wet out here. Now I'm going to make an apron just by hoisting this portion up. Hey, all the wonderful skills of bushcraft, prepping and survival, and it's warm out here, but it is wet as heck. All right guys, as you can see, I've started on the apron. Once again, just a knot with some of Mother Nature, Moraline spike hitch, here's another knot here, and a knot and a tent peg here. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. I'll bring you along with me. All right, so here we go with the apron on the other side. A loop with Mother Nature, a Moraline spike hitch, Take some of Mother Nature. Goes through here. And then we are going to secure it. And we want to pull this at a 45-degree angle. Let's see if we can raise it up somewhat to be level with the other side. And now I'm going to secure this with a tent peg in the ground. All right, guys, here is the completed shelter. A 20, 60, 20 tarp shelter. So quickly, again, the last thing I did was put some Mother Nature here, just to tie out. Marlin spike hitch, taut line hitch, and tent peg in the ground. All right, guys, well, my main objective today was just to harvest a lot of wood, but I think I am going to put some calories in me first before I expend any more energy. Again, it is wet out here, but very humid. So I have been replenishing myself with Gatorade, but now I'm going to gather enough wood to make a meal. Then I'm going to harvest wood until I leave. This is where I will start building my fire pit outward. From this portion to there. A very good tool for removing roots. This is a cold steel shovel. It has edges on both sides and the front. So this is sufficient. Just removes roots. More roots that were chopped with the cold steel shovel. For example, and just show you guys, the shovel has an edge here, edge here. I've even sharpened them. Very, very good tool. Cold steel. Cold steel shovel. Nice solid, I believe this is hickory handle. Inscribed by Joe Flowers. All right, guys, time for some wood now. When you can make processing wood so much easier without using a saw, very, very advantageous. want to save all the calories that you can. Another reason to wear knee protection. All right, guys, I'm going to get a lot more of this. I'll be back. Hey, guys, even though it's wet, all the tinder that you find, as long as it cracks, it's good. Always get all your tinder together before you start your fire. But here's a massive pile that you can see that's on the ground. Basically, it just cracks. If it doesn't crack, throw it back. There's a lot of tinder, a lot of kindling. This is the kindling, excuse me, not the tinder. But this is the sound we're looking for. As you can see, here's some at the bottom of a tree. All right, guys, I'm gonna get a lot more of this. All right, guys, I have everything I need for my fire with the exception of some tinder. And here are 3 branches. Here, fat wood is in here. So I'm gonna take this saw and get these 3 pieces that I need right here. I can smell the resin already. Put this one right there. One more piece. All right, guys. All right. There's fat wood. Fat wood. Fat wood. Now I'm gonna go make some fat wood dust. I'll need this to start my fire. Hey guys, I'm gonna split this wood into kindling. I'm gonna scrape some of the fat wood out. I'm gonna use a Becker BK-9, which is more than enough for this job, but I don't feel like taking the axe out. But so I'm gonna use a piece of hardwood. Put you in focus. Yeah, all I want out of here is the fat wood to make some fat wood dust. As you can see, this is not a challenge for the Becker BK-9. I just saw something that showed the top 10 bushcraft knives, and guess what was number 1? The Becker BK-9. Yes, sir. All right, guys, so I'm going to split a lot more of this up so that I can scrape it. Another way of splitting just to get to the fat wood. All right, guys, I'll be back with you when I have more wood. All right, guys, I'm going to take this Becker BK-9. I'm going to use the spine of this knife to make some tinder. Let me put you in focus, because I'm going to need this tinder to start my fire. See how it's coming off? And again, this is just good old fat wood. Look how it's just coming off. I can even use some shavings. Look how easy it just comes off. Or I could just and it will make feather sticks. But I'm gonna go ahead and stick to just making some fat wood dust. So guys, when I get a fair amount, I'll bring you back and show you the fat wood dust. We really don't need that much. A little bit more than what I have, but all right, guys, well, that was a task, but it was a fun task. Using the spine of that Becker BK-9, which is rather large, and that BK does have, it is high carbon with chrome, it's vanadium chrome, or something to that effect. But anyway, I got it done. Let me show you what I did. I didn't get that much because all I need is a small amount anyway, right here. So I'm going to put this on some birch bark that I found, because I don't want to spill it after all of that work. So I'm going to put this, there are the shavings. It's right here, guys. And I should get a spark from this. All I need is a spark, because all of this is fat wood. So I think this should do it. So let's go over here to the fire pit and get started. All right, guys, so I have the tinder on here. And again, yeah, I practice fire every time I come out. It doesn't matter what the temperature is, because I know fire, besides shelter, fire is a must. So anytime you get the opportunity to practice your firecraft, I suggest you do it. So here it is. Okay, all I need is a spark to land on this fat wood. Put you in focus. I don't want to spill it after all of that grinding and so forth. So let's see here. There we go, on the second spark. There we go, guys. So now, just load this up with tinder. All right, guys, there you see it. And look at all the fat wood that is left over. Part of the birch that I got found here. So I'm not going to let this go to waste. I'm going to put all of this fat wood on here. But guys, that was relatively easy. Again, identifying your pine trees, knowing where fat wood is located, between the trunk and the branch is where the fat wood is located on the pine tree. And this was all started from Mother Nature. Here's what I use. I use the spine of the Becker BK-9, and I made a few curls with this, but this has gotten the fire started, and I'll be bringing out the food next. So guys, even though it's hot out here, got to practice the fire skills. Wow, my hat is soaking with sweat. All right, I'll be back. Isn't Mother Nature very satisfying? This fire again, from that branch, shavings, some steel, Cro-Van Steel, the Becker BK-9, fat wood, fire pit. This is what we get. Something that's going to boil our water, purify our water, cook our water, provide light, provide security, keep predators at bay. Serenity, you can't buy it at a store. A bona fide, sustainable campfire. Nice good old Gatorade. Can never have too much water. Going to fill this up to the brim. I think this is, I'm not sure how many ounces. Oh, I spilled some. Cannot afford to spill water. electric light. So refreshing. Okay, so let's find the top to the canteen. And today, guys, for my meal, let's see, what am I'm going to have. I've had it many times. Knorr's cheddar broccoli, along with one of my favorites, asparagus. That's right, guys. I'm going to steam some asparagus. So let me get my hand sanitizer out and all that good stuff. My spork. So I'm going to get this ready and let the fire go down somewhat, because you can see it's still roaring. Not ready for my meal. So when it gets down to some coals, I'm going to put a pan on there. All right. The making of a fantastic meal. Asparagus seasoned with lemon pepper, oregano. No, not oregano. Chili pepper with some red pepper and turmeric. All right, let's get it ready for the fire when it goes down somewhat more. All right, guys, I have a skillet on there with 2 cups of water that I'm going to bring to a boil, and I have the asparagus sitting off to the side, just catching the radiant heat to properly roast. So when the water starts to boil in that skillet, I'm going to put the Knorr rice in there, and I'm going to have me a well-deserved meal. You can hear my stomach growling. All right, so the rice is in the skillet now. I added some wood to the side. I have all this extra wood just to get that fire going again, to cook the rice in about 10 minutes. The asparagus is still on the side, just doing what it does. All right, guys, be back with you soon to check on the food. The rice is ready, but the asparagus needs a bit more of tender loving care. So I had to turn up the heat, but it's not on the foil, but the flames will go down very quickly, and I'm sure in about maybe 5 or 10 minutes I will have some asparagus ready to go along with the rice. All right, guys, who would think that just pitching a tarp, cutting a small amount of fat wood, making some tender, just splitting some kindling, would work up an appetite? So what I have to cure that appetite right now is some nice asparagus, perfection, season perfection to the perfection. And yes, my hands are clean because I use hand sanitizer. But when using hand sanitizer, you want to be very careful not to get next to that fire. So I have the asparagus and the rice. The rice turned out perfect. So, really good. Rice, asparagus, and Gatorade. So I'm going to finish this meal, guys, and watch this fire go out. Well, guys, as you can see, the fire is out and the meal was delicious. So I'm just sitting here. I've been resting. I'm going to start gathering my things. I'm just going over today things that I did. There's always room for improvement, but yeah, this is everything I have down that's in front of me. Oh, something that I carry with me now, especially in this area. That's right, bear spray. Don't take a chance without it. But yeah, so this is my shelter for the day, and it has served me well. It was a lot of fun pitching this tarp, even though I've done it before. There's always a learning experience. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wow, look at all this wood that's here. No shortage of wood, that is for sure. I just wish that the logs were thicker in diameter, but yeah, I think I could gather enough wood to stay here all night. All right, guys, so I'm going to start the cleanup process. I'll be back with you. A final showing of the 2060-20 C-Fly Tarp. 10 by 10. Again, used for Mother Nature. Things that you can do with this: you can lower this in, bring this down to catch water. I just want to give you a panoramic view of this shelter before I dismantle it. Pulled out from the rear to give you more space. All right, there you have it, guys. One of the many configurations that you can make with a 10 by 10 tarp shelter. And I just want to show you tools that I used today. It's basically a Agawa saw that is packed with my axe, a cold steel shovel, of course knee pads, and a walking staff for walking in and out of the bush. And the last item is the Becker BK-9, rated as the #1 survival knife for 2026. All right, guys, I'll see you in a few. All right, YouTubers, hey, it's been another fun day out here enjoying Mother Nature, dealing with the threats of rain, but with the heat as well. So, again, I got to practice with a lot of tools. Well, a Becker BK-9 specifically, and it was a lot of fun. But anyway, guys, since the glasses are fogging up, I'm gonna go ahead and head out of here. And as always, like father and son, mother and daughter, human in nature, we're all akin in some form or fashion. Just get out in the bush and have some fun. And remember, like, comment, share, hype, and subscribe to the Virginia Bushcrafter. Stay safe, everyone.